Hello. I suppose it's maybe day 11 of my narcissist recovery. I skipped yesterday. It's been kind of a weird few days. And yes, I have no makeup on and this is fresh out of the bathtub and I'm in like my pajamas. So nothing special today, but I did make it through the weekend without the narcissist, which weekends always suck the most. I am coming, like my body is finally catching up with like this crazy like release of stress that again I can't really talk about right now. But it's like significant. Like mentally I'm fine and like shockingly fine. And I'm for all the times people have ever thought I'm a pessimist, they've gotten me so wrong. Like I'm an eternal optimist. I just always have a plan for everything that could go wrong, which sounds like pessimism, but really is anxiety. But like in the face of like intense stress, like I'm actually fine with it and mentally. But my body this weekend, oh my God. So I went to dance class on Friday night, which was good, just nice distraction. And then afterwards I went and grabbed a beer and got takeout and came home. So quiet night. But for the past like 2 nights in a row, I have slept like I've never slept before. And I'm somebody that has to take like anxiety medication often to sleep at night. And so clearly my body is processing, I don't know, some sort of like massive cortisol shift to the point that like I didn't even wake up once last night. And then I got up at like 9 this morning. I'm having this weird thing where I feel kind of like dizzy and lightheaded. Again, I think it's literally just like this weird stress release that's processing, even though there's still a significant amount of stress ahead, but like it's only like time, it'll go away. So I know it hasn't, like it has a shelf life. So I know that. And so that's helping. But it's a lot. Like my body has been through a lot in the past couple months. Like first there was kind of like the ending of whatever that situation was with the narcissist. And that was a lot because I actually let myself grieve that. I don't do a great job at grieving. Like bad things happen to me and I immediately start looking for, okay, what's the silver lining and like what's the good thing I can take out of this? And that's a great thing. Like I am not going to say there's anything wrong with that, but I do it fairly quickly and a lot of times I suppress that grief and it comes out later on in whether it's a bad behavior or a health issue or I overreact to something that I normally wouldn't. It always comes out later. So the narcissist told me once that it's a good thing to cry because crying actually gets the sad out. And I listened to him. It's actually interesting. Not that I believe that like astrology is the be all end all, but like I'm a Leo, he's a Pisces. And like, there's a lot of places that say that's a really bad mix. And I can understand why. There's a lot, there's a lot of contradiction in there. But when it's working, what's really good about it is that as a Pisces, he's much more of an emotional person. Like when it comes to like processing his emotions, processing grief, stress, upset, those things. Now, I would criticize it to the point that I think he wallows in it a little bit and like doesn't let himself like find enjoyment or I don't know. Whereas like with me, I'm very like, I'm a lion. I'm very fierce and I'm very like, okay, that happened, but like I'm moving on and like there's no time to be sad. There's no time to wallow. I have the pride to protect and I have hunting to do. And there's just a lot of things that I have to do. And so I am a little bit tougher. And I can be sometimes really hard on myself and I can be really hard on others. And so what was actually going well for me with this fake person who's a narcissist is a little bit of a softening in that I was learning from him because he's been in a really intense kind of place of stress and grief. And I was learning some things from him that actually were good in that I was kind of allowing myself to just let go of some things that I wouldn't have in the past. And I also, when it came to like needing to grieve him, instead of like suppressing it and like distracting myself with things that potentially would have made my life harder, I actually let myself go through that. So my body has been through a lot because I spent a lot of nights crying and a lot of nights not eating, and just a lot of things, and weakness and exhaustion. And then it started to get better. And now I'm kind of back on this different thing that's separate from him. Like I didn't eat dinner tonight. I just like suddenly I have no appetite again, which is a stress thing, even though like my head's fine. But my body, oh my God, it's really been through something. And so I'm going to have some time soon to like relax, and like I'm really going to take that seriously. Like I think there's like an actual physical recovery that needs to happen that has not caught up to my brain. In terms of like dating, I had to get rid of the guy from this week. He's like too much, like too crazy weird. Like beyond like a normal crazy. I consider myself a normal crazy. Like I can blend, right? I have like my secret life, but like I can blend in with like everybody else in a way that you wouldn't know. I'm like, I have things, but like, and I need like the person I spend my time with needs to be similar, right? Like needs to blend, and then be whatever they want to be behind the scenes with me. That's fine. But like, this is a guy that just doesn't blend. Like there's a lot of weird stuff on the surface that like, I'm just like, okay. And what was interesting is I'm talking to two guys. One avenue is the like potential like for a long-term relationship. And then another is not that. I don't know what to call it, recreation of a sort, which will not be a relationship, but it is a friendship. Like it is like somebody I talk to like every day. And over the weekend, while I'm going through all these things, like the friend is like putting aside like the flirty stuff and just like totally focusing on like my mental health and just making sure I'm okay, and like reminding me like what a warrior I am, but also like telling me that like, yeah, it makes sense. Your body is exhausted. Like listen to that, take care of yourself, all of these really great things. Now the other guy literally will ask me how I'm doing, and I'll be like, well, today I'm like really tired. I slept a lot last night, and like I'm just processing like some things from earlier this week. And like the first thing he responds with is like, great, send me a photo. And it's like, dude, I just told you like I'm living like real life right this second. Like I have to transition back and forth. Like I can do the fun flirty stuff, but I also am a real human being that's living some real life shit right now. And like I can do both. I was doing multiple things on the same day, going from like one emotion to the next. I can do it. But like I am a human being in the midst of all of that. And so like I can't go like that. I can't be that drastic. Like I got to work back up to like the flirtation stuff. So told him today, I'm like, this isn't going to work out. It's not for me. Good luck to you. But at least I tried something, and I'm learning as I go, and I'm learning like more and more about what I want and also what I don't want. I often know what I don't want far more than what I want. So that's a good thing though, because it leaves me open-minded, and like open to surprises and good stuff. But what a juxtaposition of like two guys that I'm talking to, and one that like has just, there's no, like he has no vested interest in anything long term. We're just kind of doing our thing right now. But boy, is he like a lot more like my speed, where he can go back and forth, and he's recognizing the fact that like, oh my God, there's a human being in addition to this woman that like I think is amazing and like turns me on and all that shit, right? That's probably TMI. But he can at least like acknowledge for a second, like put that aside, whereas this other guy can't. So I don't know, that's where I'm at. Again, babbling as always. I don't really have anything interesting to say other than I made it through the weekend. I still, like, this is what I mean when I say I want to go to bed for like days. I still want to just go to bed with the narcissist for days and be taken care of, but I know he's not real. So it's 11 days since that, and I don't know, 4 days since the new stress. So I'm trying.